Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the Eaton Homestead. I'm Danielle, and today we are doing our third and last sap boil of the season. Nate is already out here working away, getting that started.
Wet wood.
This is our little evaporator setup. Nate found somebody on Facebook Marketplace, I think, that makes these just like in his garage. So it's just an old, oil tank? 55-gallon drum. He rigged it up to become a evaporator. So how many gallons do we have today? 40. Close to 80? Oh my God. Echo, come here. Come. Echo, come. So we have close to 80 gallons, which is absurd. We're never going to be able to boil that all today. You think? How many did we do? Our first weekend we boiled about 20 in a day. Last weekend we boiled 48, so maybe. We're getting a little bit of an earlier start, and it didn't take like all day, so we'll see. But Nate's got the fire going on this one. He's gonna set up our second evaporator there. This pink stuff, I know you'll probably ask, is just sand from our kids' sandbox last summer. It came with pink sand, so now there's pink sand everywhere. Poor bug. Goodbye. So we do strain this after it's all done. It goes through a filter. We'll show all of that, but so we don't have to worry too much about it being dirty, because it does get a lot of debris in there, including little bugs. I saved him. So the second one that Nate's gonna get going is just cinder blocks, and we build a fire. He's got this big old pan, but we realized last weekend that the spigot, that the faucet little thing coming off of it is clogged somehow. The syrup when we were done was not coming out, so that was fun to try and have him pour it. It's a very heavy, big pan, so he's taking that off to try and get it unclogged. So hopefully that will work better for us today. So we ended up not having 80 gallons of sap. We had, how many do you think?
54.
54 gallons of sap boiled today. It takes 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of maple syrup. We boiled for the last 2 weekends, and we have about 1 3/4, I think, is what we came out to between those 2 weekends. So we'll see. Hopefully we get a little more than a gallon today. And that's gonna be it for us. We've done these 3 weekends, and we've got other projects to move on to. So it's been fun, and it's so good. It's so unlike the maple syrup you're probably used to at the grocery store, which is mostly corn syrup. It just tastes so good. We've been putting it in our coffee in the morning. So this is not gonna last us all year, that's for sure. But it's a fun thing to do. So Nate's been out here boiling all day. I've been inside baking bread and cooking, but we're almost done. So Nate is just keeping a watchful eye on the temperature. You have to get your sap to 7 degrees above boiling. So we bring this inside at about 216, and we boil it to 219 to get it to be the final product. What are we at now?
Almost 215.
Almost 215? All right. Any minute now. Echo, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why do you have a dirty nose? Huh? Are you digging holes?
Do you have that little skimmer? Or canning or whatever you use?
Like a, you want like a mesh or the one that just has wire?
Maybe we'll try the mesh. I was thinking like that foam.
To pull the foam off? Okay. Whew, fire is hot. We would have had a few more gallons of sap to boil today. Nate's been using these old water jug containers to hold the sap. Apparently you can't recycle them, which is really annoying, so Nate's sister collects them because they get a new one and they can't be returned or refilled or recycled, which just seems like such a waste, but it's come in really handy for us for storing all of our sap. But we put some in our stand-up freezer and one of them must have burst or had a leak, and it just dripped syrup, sap all over the freezer. The two drawers in the bottom were just full of frozen sap.
Echo.
Well, we burnt it. On a scale of 1 to 10, how mad are you?
Very upset.
Ugh. I mean, maybe. Very thick. I will share some footage from the other weekend when we were boiling and got some syrup made.
Daisies blooming, sundress swaying in the breeze. I can't stop staring. You've put a spell on me, and I hope that you never decide to set me free. The way you're moving, it's got me moving my own feet. The greatest feeling that I could ever dare to dream is you forever moving next to me. Let's not waste time, oh, take this slow. We've got miles behind us, but miles to go. So let's just break this down to the simplest truth. You and I as one will always be better than two. The leaves ain't waiting, their colors changing like the times. And I'm taking, darling, would you be mine? And I hope you know I will love you for the rest of my life. Let's not waste time, oh, take this slow. We've got miles behind us, but miles to go. So let's just break this down to the simplest truth. You and I as one will always be better than two. Time, oh, take this slow. We've got miles behind us, but miles to go. So let's just break this down to the simplest truth. You and I as one will always be better than two. Yeah, you and I as one will always be better than two.
So that's a real bummer. If you can't tell, Nate is really mad, which is understandable because you spend all day working on this, and then the time that it takes to finish it is so precise, and we just got distracted for a minute and lost it. So that's the way that it goes, and it's a bummer. It's a bummer that he worked so hard today to try and make some maple syrup, and it's not looking so good. But we do have about 2 gallons that we made in our first 2 weekends, so that's pretty sweet. And yeah, my parents are coming over for dinner, so I need to get moving in the kitchen here to get dinner made. And yeah, we'll see you on the next video. This is real life, so we're not experts in any of this stuff. It's all an experiment. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes your experiments go better than you could have imagined, and then other times you just fail miserably, and that's the way that it goes. And it's super frustrating, but try, and try again. That's what I say. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.